this is actually something I wanted to teach you guys that has helped me close more deals. I'm not sure if I even showed you this, Arturo, but I call this the handling objections like jujitsu. And it's not just named jujitsu for the fun name of it. Jujitsu is all about using the other opponent's power against himself, and that's what we're here to do. Now, before that, it's obviously trying to identify what the true meaning of the objection is. In this training, this kind of process, which I'll go over in a second, is how you dissect whether it's logistical or whether it's objectional, right? And depending on what you hear and what you get out of it, you can take appropriate action to help people partner with you, or if they shouldn't, and maybe reschedule for follow-up because that's a logistical issue.
Okay.
Now, I'll lead in by saying this: all objections should be prevented. You can prevent objections like, I need to talk to my business partner. How do you do that? Ask them before on the intro call, hey, do you have a business partner or someone who should also be collaborating with us while we show you the information? Easily handle so that they don't say it. You know, budget's another thing, which is why we go through this. So it's called pace lead. So pacing essentially means running at their pace, right? Making sure you're understanding what they're saying, right? What they're actually telling you between their words. Then lead is based on, again, what they're saying. You lead the conversation into what makes sense. So essentially, the first thing you want to do in anything with an objection is bring their guard down, because they just basically told you no, they're expecting something salesy. So what you gotta do is come at them and say, no worries, totally understand where you're coming from with this. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy actually is nice. I didn't expect that from him. So you brought his guard down. Now you go ahead and, again, you use diffusing language. No problem, no worries, all good. I totally hear what you're trying to say. So, and let's just say it was a financial objection where it's like, hey man, I gotta think about it because I gotta check the budget. I'm like, okay, no worries, no problem. So Kyan, you know, before we dive into money and finances, because obviously that's a separate conversation, right? You know, again, how do you feel about the program and how we can help you get those clients that you're looking for? Again, ultimately, is this something that you need to get to your goals right now? And more importantly, something to do about it right now to help your business? And again, based on what they say, if they say, well, it's actually this and I'm uncertain about this, go into your pitch deck again, explain it, help them make it a 10 out of 10 and keep up with them. If they say, yeah, it's just money thing, awesome. Now you just go into step 2 and tie them again. Essentially, you're doing the same thing, just rewording it, because sometimes people just instinctively say, yeah, you know, it's just the finances and yeah, that's what I need to check up. So say it again, just in a different way like this. Got it. So that we're on the same page, Cayenne, you know, what's running through your head right now isn't, should I do this? You know, where you're debating on whether this is the right thing to do or not. It's more like, how can I make this work? And how can I make the finances work so I can get more clients with Marques, using Marques? Then again, either they're going to be like, actually, you know, it's not just the finance, it's this, do the same thing, help them uncover that objection. You know, it's really hard to do because, you know, a lot of times it's a smokescreen and they're skeptical and it's hard to prevent that, right? There's something that essentially you missed or that caught a yellow or red flag during the whole presentation or the whole sales process up to that point. And that's really hard to uncover, right? Like reputation, it's really hard to rebuild that, but you know, it has to be done, right? Maybe you follow up with them within 30 days. It has to be whatever. But if it's like, again, they say on the other hand, Cayenne, yeah, it is finances again, man. I'm really trying to make this work and I want to use you, man. I want to use your services. That's again, the outcomes. So if it is logistics and it is finance, guess what? You can make a game plan for this person. So let's just say they're coming in at your pitch was $6K paid in full for a 3-month commitment. And they're like, man, I think the finances aren't there right now. You go through this. Now you can lead them conversation saying, awesome, let's go. Or I wouldn't say awesome, but you would say, got it. Totally understand again. Just want to be on the same page as you. What we can do is make a game plan depending on what works for you. So it's customized to help you get started with us. How does that sound? And then they're like, yeah, if we can do a game plan, that's awesome. Then you go into the revenue points. You go into like, how much did you make in the last 30 days? What was your MRR the month before that? And I'm looking for an average. Same thing with expenses. Same thing with what they have in saving. I literally dive into their numbers. And based on that, I know if I can offer my downsell or like a test drive, right? Essentially, you have a backup plan, right? You should have a backup plan in place. You're just making it perceived as if it is very customizable based on the numbers they're giving you. So when they say like, yeah, man, I'm making, you go through the numbers and essentially you're saying, got it. So you have 5K right now and each month you're bringing in 2K a month, even after expenses. They're like, yeah, okay, what I can do is I'll go ahead, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to unmute myself. I'm going to crunch some numbers so I can make a customizable plan. Sounds good? Cool. Yeah. I'm literally on freaking TikTok at that point. I'm just literally scrolling because I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you already know what you're gonna.
I'm like, hey, are you still there? Yeah. So here's what I can do based on the information. And again, just so you're clear, nothing's changed about our service. So I'm still keeping that value perception. I didn't lose anything. They're not losing anything. And I'm basically like, so I'm willing in the first month, for example, I'm doing this. Like if my price I gave to you was $2,000 a month, I'm willing to make the first month $1,000. You get the return, you're getting the clients, we build out the system for you, and we work long term. The second month thereafter, it's the $2,000 a month, our original plan, but you're obviously breaking even once we bring you those clients. Then, Kyan, what I'm asking is that something you can do? Not, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Is this something you can do? And guess what? The obvious answer after going through their numbers is
Yes.
awesome. Let's get you enrolled in the first month. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's get you enrolled.
Perfect.
And if they throw another objection, guess what? You can call them out. And that's where jujitsu comes into play. It's like, hey, a second ago, you told me it was just the finances. You saw how this can help you get to your goals. And especially that right now it's the time to do it. I'm just kind of seeing a misalignment. You can be honest with me. Is it the honest nerves or what's going on?
Okay, actually, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'll use it on the call now.
Kyan's gonna accidentally, like, when he hears an objection, he's gonna be like, jujitsu. And the guy's gonna be
Yeah.
like, what? Unless you're working martial arts. But dude, like, we've made hour-long trainings on this. Like, I just packaged this in like literally 8 minutes. But yeah, that's what I do to handle objections.
That's really good. Actually, that was really helpful.
Yeah.
One last one. PK, just go through it quick. For example, sometimes the card denies on the payment and then they think it's a scam. What do you say to that?
Wait,
Like,
I'm sorry.
like to make them trust you again after like maybe the card declines because of Stripe or some shit like that.
Then they weren't sold completely. Then that's a smokescreen.
No, because we had, for example, a lot of interested people who were like really, really interested, but just because the card didn't go through Stripe the first time, they thought it was like a scam, you know?
Bro, it's usually just because their bank isn't used to that big of a payment, so it
Yeah,
does like an alert.
it's first off, yeah, on them. But the overall
Yeah.
thing is like they shouldn't feel, or like, no, I shouldn't say it should be this way, but like it's odd that they feel doubt after that happens. It's usually because you sound unconfident when they say yes, let's move forward, right? You gotta sound buttoned up. Everything's gotta sound buttoned up, especially after they say yes. You gotta be like, awesome.
Bro, it's so common for that to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so common. I'm like, okay, looks like the card didn't go through. Can you double check if it's the bank information? Sometimes the bank warns it as a fraud. Like, I'm calling it out because I know the process and I've seen this in like Arturo. Like, sometimes the bank says it's a fraud and you need to go into your notifications and double check and say it's not a fraud. You can confirm it. They're like, okay, let me do that real quick. I'm like, cool. I'll just work on some emails while you do that. Don't worry. Or I'll work on the onboarding form for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Marques, appreciate it again. Same amazing call like last time. Thank you, Arturo, as well. I'm gonna go on and
Good luck, man.
close them. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Yeah, Kyle, one more thing before you hop off. I know you gotta chase that guy. It's good to be late sometimes to your calls, just FYI. Don't take that seriously. It just shows that you're busy. Don't go in the mindset saying, this is my philosophy. You don't have to take it this way, to be honest with you. But I'm here. I don't want to say I'm gonna close this motherfucker, right? Because not everyone should be closed. So I'm here to say, I'm here to help this person. More importantly, I'm here to see if I can help this person. If not, I'm gonna point this guy in the right direction. And guess what? My I don't give a fuck muscle flexes, and I don't give a fuck if I close him. And next thing I know, he's a client.
Actually, that's no. What honestly goes through my mind is just seeing the money in my bank.
Look, you're the doctor. You know if you can help this person or not, man. So you flex your I don't give a fuck muscle, or like I don't care if I close you. You're detached, right?
Yeah, no, that's something actually like you said last call, and I try to put it every time they come with like a big objection. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's fine. Then don't worry. Acting as if like I have more options, you know?
Yeah.
And that actually helped a lot on the last couple calls that I had.
Exactly. All right, go kill it, man.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.
What did you think of that, Arturo?
Fire, bro. Fire. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.